Yo, what is up? Dude, stupid voice cracks. Bro, yo, what is up? Finished reading this book, Metro 2033. Uh, Basically, the video game is based off of the book. Yes, the book came first, that's why I read it. But, okay, so I finished this book. It's an amazing book. Incredible. I'm gonna talk about it. The book, not the game. Sorry. The book takes place in the year 2033. Big shocker, that's the name. It's the type. Follow the character Artyom goes on a mission to try and save his hometown, his home station in the metro. So it's called to do a mission to go into this place called the Police, P-O-L-I-S, the Metropoli or something. To go there and tell the people that he needs help to save his home place. It takes place in a post-apocalyptic world. After a nuclear war in 2013, World War III, fictional world, World War III, atomic bomb hit Moscow, Russia. Because it's a Russian book, it's a foreign novel. So it's translated weirdly a bit. I don't know the actual things because I can't really read Russian. Symbols are weird in Russian. But I got it in English. So it's a good translation. It's not bad in any way. No, this is spelled meter with M-E-T-R-E. Like M-E-T, meet, with an E at the end. It's weird. But, pause for a sec. Voice crack. Sorry, my bad. So, the adventure the main character Artyom goes on is insane. Meets a few characters along the way. He gets imprisoned, he gets captured, he escapes. Nothing gets in this man's way. He just perseveres and he goes in the direction, goes to do his mission. So, he does that. A lot of crazy stuff happens. He was once part of this group, well, the guy he got the mission from. He fought these things called the Dark Ones, which are these monsters that roam in the metro. These horrifying beasts that roam in the metro. It's crazy. The atmosphere of the metro and the horrors of the metro is described so well. It's so intriguing. It's just done perfectly, in my opinion. So, Artyom, main character, goes through some stuff. Meets people, meets strange people, he meets some cool people. He runs into a religious cult, he runs into Satanists, he runs into Christian cult, he runs into flipping cannibals. He goes into prison one time. He gets captured one time, or twice, escapes, and gets captured again and escapes. But, like, the whole journey is amazing. It is done well. A lot of things are described in good detail about the things that he experiences, the things that he sees, the things that he does, the things that other characters do, and all that. They have some really great and interesting characters as well. Great plot points, and it all takes place in underground metro, which is the title of the book. Again, Metro 2033. Takes place in a metro, which is pretty dope. and it's just like this big metro. So we just going through all the stations, different stations, and each station is different in their own way. He meets people on the way to those stations and whatnot. You get the gist. But it is very interesting, very intriguing story, very great tool behind it. So when he gets to the place he needs to be, they can't help him. So he tags along with them, and he does something for them. So are they, in a way, so they can help him? In what way? They're like, hey, if you could help us, we can sort of help you do what you need to do. So it does. It goes with them, some like horrifying adventure type thing. Goes out of the metro and go into his building to get this book that he needed to get this book. I don't know the deal with the book was, but he needed to get this book that holds the secrets to save the metro. So goes into the building. There's this thing's called a library. It's a library building. It's a library. Go. This thing, these creatures called the librarians, which are haunting creatures. Very terrifying. They're explained very horrifying in this book. Kills one of the dudes. They don't manage to make. They don't get the book. So Artyom is scared that he can't go back in the metro. So other people that were with him, they go back into the metro. They said, "Hey, yo, Artyom, if you just go over that way a bit to another entrance to the metro, we can bring you back in, whatnot." So he just goes to the goes out, walks through Moscow, walks through some buildings, runs into some more creatures, the dark ones. Stumbles into a house, apparently, which is his house. There's a picture in there in the bag that says a little Artyom's first day or something. There's a picture of him as a baby and his mother. So he starts having these questions about his mother and all that. It was pretty cool. And then they make it back in. On to another group of new people. Talking about this weapon called the D6. Which is a giant missile like thing. Can destroy the dark ones and end everything. They try to do that, but they stumble across, when they go and do it, stumble across some new people. They go against this cult called the Great Worm Cult, which was completely made up by a priest dude, some priest man guy who kills himself. Yeah, like he proves to everyone, right, that he fully made up this cult, this religious cult of the Great Worm. So everyone just dies. Everyone a part of the cult dies, including the priest. But they capture the priest first to get some intel and some information about stuff. And said he will send him to the Kremlin, which is this other being thing. And he's scared of the Kremlin. So he kills himself out of pure terror over this Kremlin thing. I have no idea. But, yeah. And there's a lot of questions about life in this book, too. You know, in very good detail about life, about reality, about existence, and all that stuff. Yeah, and you get the gist from there. A big battle goes on. Another big horrifying creature takes a different turn from, because the previous chapters before all that stuff was just Artyom runs into a new group of people, goes into a new metro station in the metro, gets captured, escapes, runs into another group of people, all that. But It's different every time. It's different every time. Friggin' voice cracks, dude. Gee. So, here. So back to where I was talking about before. This story explains a lot of great stuff, dude. Or, so when Artyom then he's like, hey, I wanna go back to my home station and see what's going on. Sees that his stepfather's still alive. A big battle happened out there. And he's just having this moment with his father, which was very well done. And he said, I gotta go, I gotta save the place. And they had like the whole launch codes and stuff for the D6 missile all ready and stuff, and all that. And one of the guys loses his son, and all that. Some sad stuff happens, and it's a crazy book. That all. Here. So he goes visit his hometown and sees his stepfather is still alive and whatnot. Goes back outside to get to this tower called this big radio tower thing. He has to climb to the top of it because the elevator didn't work. So they had to take the stairs. They had to walk up the stairs, big heavy armor and whatnot, and head up the stairs up to the tower to get a good view of the nest of the Dark Ones, the creatures, so they could send a launch missile. Right, as they're climbing up to the tower, Artyom starts thinking of the outcome of this, of what he's doing. What he's doing is right and whatnot, right? He starts thinking of a happy outcome to this. Everyone being happy, sparing the Dark Ones, saving everyone's life, and all that. Having the Dark Ones and humans just come together as one. He's having this righteous moment in his mind. But when he gets to the top of the tower, missiles start flying in, destroys Moscow, and he sits there in grief and anger that his plan and what he had in mind did not come to works, did not go the way he envisioned it. So, here, this book took me 4 months to finish. Took me a while to finish, actually. Took me 4 months. 8.8 out of 10. Some parts did drag out a bit. Took a while to read. Some parts were boring. But the story in itself was so great, so interesting. Highly recommend you read the book. I'm gonna go play the game soon after I finish Uncharted 4. Here. So 8.8 out of 10. Amazing book. Highly recommend you should read it. Very great book. Very good meanings on life and other stuff and existence and just everything in itself. Highly recommend you should read this book. Amazing book. Ended in a very, very depressing way. So, yeah. That's Metro 2033 for you. Spoiler review if you haven't read the book. Sorry. Just felt like talking about the whole book in itself. And there is a sequel that takes place a year after called Metro 2034, which I will hopefully read someday. I don't know when, because I got the first Witcher book to read first, so I'm gonna read that next. Probably take me quicker to read this now. Because in Metro 2033, the chapters were long, long chapters, dragged out chapters and stuff. But the story in itself was interesting and great and intriguing, so Yeah. Highly recommend you should read the book. Have a good day.